Well, as usual, during international break, there is always plenty time to speculate or gossip about transfer news. Now, this week, in the last week, there has been plenty of these voices, rumors about some of the Chelsea players leaving the club in the next January transfer market, a few new players that will be coming to Chelsea. Now, guys, let's get back to the office to figure out if some of those news are real or fake. Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the color is blue Chelsea FC. It's still international break. Yesterday Italy, unfortunately, my country, lost against France, but we're still through the quarter-final. But let's talk, guys, about Chelsea, shall we? Well, on the 23rd, next few days, we'll be playing Leicester away. Another important test for Chelsea. In the last week, during the international break, there has been plenty speculation and voices about the possibility of few Chelsea players perhaps leaving the club in the next January transfer market. Let's start with Benoit Badiashile. Well, or Badiashile, one of our center defender. There is plenty reports that suggest that the Juventus Football Club is interested in Badiashile. And they are willing and keen to get a player as quick as possible. And they will perhaps most surely move for the player during the next upcoming January transfer market. I mean, being Italian, I can tell you for sure that most of these reports and most of these news are not fake, but real. And I can tell you for sure that most of the Italian reporters suggest that for sure Juventus is very keen to get Badiashile away from Chelsea, and perhaps they even willing to pay the release clause of the player, which will be important for Chelsea, of course. Well, we all know Maresca so far is preferring as a central defender pair Levin Colwill and Wesley Fofana. Well, they are the two players that Maresca seems to choose more often in his first 11 team. So, in a way, Benoit Badiashile is out of Maresca's favor. Sure, he'll be keen to move away from Chelsea because he will not want to sit on a bench forever. Also, Cosina Darabaio and Axel Disasi are not really used as much by Enzo Maresca. Only some often he picked them up when we play in Nation Leagues or Cup competition. We've seen all the time that Maresca is persevering in choosing Levin Colwill and Wesley Fofana as his main central defender. Badiashile may leave Chelsea in January. If that is the case, Chelsea will surely look into buying a replacement, a new central defender. There has been voices that Chelsea is keen in one new central defender. There is two players that have been mentioned this week on all the news and reporters, etc., etc. One of them is Thomas Araujo from Benfica, a very strong central defender, a Colossus that is a Benfica academy product, and is a talented player. Chelsea has always been linked to these players in the past, for the last 2 years, I believe. And out of nowhere, Chelsea seems to be interested in Jonathan Tah from Bayer Leverkusen. Well, let me tell you about this player. I think he's a fantastic player and will be a brilliant choice for Chelsea. He plays either for the German national team and also is the main central defender for Bayer Leverkusen. He contributed massively last season to help Bayer Leverkusen to clinch for the first time the Bundesliga title. Well, he has learned a lot from Xabi Alonso's system, and is definitely an offensive central defender that is helping the midfielder to get further forward in a final third. And Tah is indeed a very strong player that has got plenty physicality to use and to make sure that he will surely adapt efficiently to the Premier League style of playing. As I mentioned so many times in my previous video, that there is two reparts in where Chelsea should really develop better, even if that means buying new player. One is the defensive repart and one is the attacking repart. Well, ironically and conveniently, you can clearly see that Chelsea is moving fast already in a market, as far as I'm concerned, to look for new players. So we're talking about central defender and attacker. Well, let me tell you this, that Chelsea has reinstated their intention and interest to try to buy either Viktor Osimhen or Viktor Grokieres from Sporting Lisbon. Let's talk first of all about Viktor Osimhen. Well, guys, Viktor Osimhen so far is enjoying his long spell at Galatasaray. He's got no intention whatsoever to move away from Galatasaray so far, and he will prefer to wait for the end of the season before things can be resolved in a better way. Well, Napoli won't be keen to wait that much time, and they will surely want to make sure that some team out there will be interested in Osimhen and will be trying to buy the player. As you may be aware, the release clause of the player has dropped dramatically to £65 million, which is a convenient price for all the team out there to try to snatch away from Naples SC, because remember, Osimhen is still a Naples player on loan to Galatasaray, and to make sure that they can finally buy a talented player like Osimhen. And so far, Osimhen is doing great at Galatasaray and is showing as good he is. But, there is a but. There is another player that is impressing very much in Europe so far, and that is Viktor Grokieres from Sporting Lisbon. Well, guys, have you watched a match of Sporting Lisbon against Manchester City? Sporting Lisbon a month ago trashed Manchester City in Champions League 4-1. Guys, that is, it was a shock. And Viktor Grokieres was the star of the match. I mean, he's a talented striker. Well, Grokieres has got the ability to pass the opposition player in such an easy way. He's definitely got massive skills, and a bit, he reminds me in a way he uses his dribbling of Christopher Nkunku. Now let's talk in fact about Christopher Nkunku. Well, let me tell you that I got the fear that Nkunku sooner or later will leave the club, will leave Chelsea, because I don't think he's particularly happy to be sitting on a bench all the time. I can tell you this. And he most surely will seek a move away from Chelsea. And we can all see, you can see the body language of the player. He's not happy. And it's a bit disappointing that Maresca is not really using fully the player, and he only uses really Nkunku in a cup like the Conference League and sometimes in FA Cup. Well, Nkunku is not pleased about this, and there is something going on there, and I got the gut feeling that Nkunku, unfortunately, will leave Chelsea Football Club. Is Enzo Maresca trying to force the board hierarchy, Chelsea hierarchy, to look into a new striker by keeping Nkunku on a bench and just relying on Nicola Jackson up front? I start to wonder if that can be the case, because think about, perhaps, I just say perhaps, that will be pushing sporting director Lawrence Stewart and Paul Weasley to look into a new striker. Has to be. But let me tell you that if either Osimhen or Grokieres will be recruited by Chelsea in the next January transfer market, then I'll be very pleased. And I won't surely care less if Nkunku will leave the club, because the tactical system of Chelsea will change dramatically. Then Nicola Jackson will not be as important as he is now, because a different striker will change completely this Maresca system, especially up front in the final third. Well, more brief news about Chelsea. We are approaching Christmas and Chelsea still hasn't got a main sponsor on their kit. I don't know if Nike will be pleased about that. That can compromise the sponsorship and partnership of Nike with Chelsea Football Club. So we need to be very, very concerned about that. And also there is voices that perhaps Abramovich has left Chelsea door open for a possible return. Apparently, when he sold the club to Todd Bowley, a Clear Lake Capital, there was an agreement where in case of Abramovich returning to try to purchase the club, he could have got 25% of the stake of Chelsea Football Club. Well, thinking about a possible Roman Abramovich return to Chelsea will make me very happy indeed, because let me tell you, that man loves the club very, very much. You see what he has achieved with Chelsea. He clearly has got passion, feelings for Chelsea. Well, guys, next Chelsea match will be on 23rd, which will be next few days. Is that Saturday, Sunday? I don't remember. Against Leicester away. Another important test. So Arsenal will be playing Nottingham Forest, which is a much more difficult test for Arsenal than for us. We'll be playing Leicester, which is not a difficult team to play against, really, on a paper. So Chelsea should have the advantage to get 3 points and keep the third position. This is what we want. We want to try to make sure that next season we qualify for the Champions League again. So, all done on my next upcoming video, guys. Remember, please, to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button for me, keep watching my videos, and guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.